and at a great price.
She wanted it all, but even she was surprised once I crunched the numbers. Soon her Taurus was ready to roll.
Say, you're good, Mr.
Murphy, ma'am, at your service, even on weekends.
With great prices on 13 name brand tires and no appointment necessary, Quick Lane is ready to serve. Visit quicklane.com.
It is time again for another great installment of Younger Life Live here with Gerard Media's flagship station, AM 1420 WIMS, streaming live around the world we go. Mary Anthony! Woo!
Going today, Rick?
Absolutely phenomenal.
Good.
It is a great day to be alive.
Yep.
I feel good. Do you feel good?
I feel great.
You look great.
Oh, thanks. It was definitely a typical Monday morning right out the door, but you know.
Was it one of those where you got up and there was all kinds of hustle and bustle in your real world of children and husbands?
It always is.
All right. Well,
that's our mornings.
I got to tell you, too, it was so crazy, not only at my place this morning, I actually got, and I've been saying to myself, we're taking baby steps with Younger Life Live.
Right.
Living younger longer.
Trying to.
And one of the ways you told me last week, and some of our guests here on the Younger Life Live show said that if you get more sleep, you could actually live, I guess, longer.
Well, and feel better. There was a whole thing about sleep, which is a goal of mine this year. I'm terrible at staying up way too late. And so I, too, am trying to get a little more sleep.
But let me ask you, as a parental and as a person that's busy all the time, and you, husband, children, you're a working mom, you're a mom, so that's a second job.
Yeah.
Really, it's the first job.
Right.
Let's be honest with it as a dad as well. But do you find yourself trying to play catch up with the goals of the household, and you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
washing clothes, washing dishes.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I used to stay up, until, 3 a.m, just trying to get everything finished. And I've gotten to the point, I've let a lot of that go. I feel like it's progress. I think that the KonMari method would have it. I think the author would have a heart attack if she had to deal with my mess. But I feel like for us, we're on the go all the time. Besides the kids, they're in sports and stuff. My oldest is a high schooler, so she's in varsity basketball.
Sure.
We are gone. We get home at 9:30 at night from games, every other day, it seems like. So I have a mountain of clean laundry, typically, a mountain of dirty. And as long as dishes, I don't care if they're clean, as long as they're clean in the dishwasher and we have to pull them out, who cares? It's really, I let a little of that go.
Do your young ones, does everybody get an assignment? I mean, obviously mom and dad are always busy, but do the young ones get an assignment?
They do. They all have to help. When it comes to as far as laundry goes, I wash, dry, and toss is what I say all the time, which is a bad habit, but it's what I do.
Wait, explain. Wash, dry, and toss.
And toss on the couch.
Oh, all right.
So we sort the laundry. I try to sort the laundry twice a week. At least once a week, the pile has to be gone. But, within a day, I mean, you're talking 7 people, 7 showers. My girls all use 2 towels. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's ridiculous.
Gosh.
So, I mean, we go through a lot. But even the boys, the girls will sort because the boys are not great at it. The boys are the littlest ones. They fold towels and wash rags. They help sort their own. And they do a great job with that. And, we make it a fun thing. Like I said, it'll be during the afternoon where we can all visit or turn something on TV that everybody wants to watch. That's funny, that's engaging, nothing we're going to be sitting there forever for. But as far as dishes go, all my kids have a dish night. The boys help me. Help.
It's good.
Quote.
Good, Mom. I appreciate
they
that.
help. But
Yeah.
the girls all have 2 days a week that they have to help clear the table, wipe the counters, rinse, load, unload dishwasher,
You guys actually use a dishwasher.
We have to. We had a break once, and, I thought, well, no big deal. That's all I did. That's literally all I did was dishes when it broke. I thought, oh, okay. After breakfast, an hour doing that, put it away. Then it's lunchtime, then an hour doing that. It was ridiculous. I said, okay, I can only deal with this for a little while.
Well, Younger Life Live, of course, here in full swing with Mary Anthony and Rick Federici. Thank you so much for joining us. You could see it, youngerlife.org/live. Some great input from last week.
Yeah.
And I thought it was an awesome debut week. A lot of little tweaking.
That's it.
Yeah.
A lot of little kinks. We're getting there. I was excited. I feel like there's so many things I want to try now.
I know.
that I need to improve on my own life. You know what I mean? So I want to keep doing that and put a few of these things into practice. That's what I want to start doing.
So it's funny you bring up, and you and I, you came in. I was finishing up my morning show here on Gerard Media's WIMS, and we're bonding. You come in, Ryan sets us up, we're on.
Yeah.
So there's no toying around.
Right.
Guests leave, we come in, we're ready to rock and roll, and it's a straight hour show.
It is.
there's no room for any deviation here, right? Ryan Beth is our executive producer. It is funny you bring up dishes, because yesterday, and you talked about the KonMari method, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that was, explain it to the audience for those folks that maybe didn't join us for the first few shows. We chatted about this method. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
It was a book, The Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. She's a Japanese woman, and the Japanese, obviously, culturally, they believe that everything has energy. So, ridding yourself of things that may not be things that you don't love or that are not the most productive in your environment at home, stuff like that, is bringing better energy to you, is her theory, and freeing you up to enjoy things and people that you love, to focus on things that are more important. So we read this book, we discussed it, and I personally I respect her ideas. She's very, very sought after. She does seminars and stuff. Her methods were different than other organizational books that I'd read. It wasn't just about declutter and throwing out, which is pretty typical what I normally read, store stuff. She had very unique views. They were just, I don't know that they were that practical for my own family, but I have set a goal last week on air to do the KonMari, to do the KonMari method to the couch that I call Brownie in my room.
Talk about Brownie.
Brownie's the catch-all. In case you missed it last week, it's really embarrassing. People would swear we were a hoarder if you saw only Brownie in the house, but we are not. It's the catch-all for anything, and especially at Christmas time, and I have to move a bunch of stuff around for to hide gifts and stuff. Brownie catches it, so it's Brownie right now. You couldn't even tell Brownie is brown. It's that bad. And I am going to bring a picture before and sort out Brownie using the KonMari method. I want to do it into categories, and my goal was to do it yesterday, and it just didn't happen. So.
My wife and I were going to call you and Jeremy yesterday.
Oh, you should
She
have.
was laughing so hard. I'm like, I'm not going to bother anybody on the tech team. I'm not going to. I was actually going to take video of what I was doing to have Ryan Beth insert it into today's show, because this is how proud I was. I called our Mary Gelati, marketing extraordinaire for Gerard Media, and she was laughing so hard. I literally had her on speakerphone. Here's what I did.
Okay.
I had barrels and barrels of and boxes of paperwork and stuff. And I said to myself, is there a spark?
Yeah.
Do you
Does it
feel
spark
the
joy?
love? And I am not kidding you. I thumbed through stuff.
Did
Norma
you?
had the shredder. We literally shredded. I got rid of, and I did this. I took a step, but it's like you said, it's hard.
It is
Some of her
hard.
approach is realistic. Some is like, okay, this is.
Some is not. She just
Well,
not making fun of,
no,
but
not at
she believes everything should spark joy in your life, even your underwear. Like
Even
if you
shirts.
literally say
Socks.
your handbag should be emptied. My purse hates me if that's the case, because there's no way, and because everything has energy and you want to keep it positive, and it's great. Again, her theories are very unique and works. She has never ever had a client go back to clutter. So in that aspect right there, that validates her theories. I just don't know that I could handle doing each item in my house. That itself is incredibly overwhelming. But for you, I know how much you love your papers.
Everything.
I am impressed. Did you have a drink to get you through it? Because
here, I will be
sure that was
completely
rough.
honest with you, because I'm going to share some insight as we
Please
talk about
do.
healthy eating and trying to tweak the diet a little bit. In relation to this method, I am not kidding you, 12 full bags. What type of
Wow.
bags? Are those 32 gallons or are those 64? The big garbage
the big
can.
ones. Wow, those are
12 to the top. Shredded,
That is
and I'm talking packed
bravo.
mother load shredded.
Shredding takes forever though,
And
doesn't
it does.
It's like, oh, it's necessary, but
Especially when you pull a Norma, my wife, and you keep shredding. And I kept telling her, jiggle
Oh.
it so it compresses. She kept going. All of a sudden it got to the top and I'm like, I'm right next to her. I'm like, it
burning,
smells like burning paper.
Yeah.
She goes, whatever. And then she got
it's
it
on
all.
fire. Guess
Yeah.
what? You want to shred anymore? It's on fire.
You know it's real bad when it not only smells, but it won't go anymore. So you have to take a paper clip or something to get it unclog
That's
it.
always that's again one of my piles, which is embarrassing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's true. I make this shred pile, and it is like, good Lord, you cannot get through it. It takes forever.
Right.
It really is frustrating. But I'm so proud of you because
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
That was such an obstacle for you, and you struggled with that. Getting rid of things, not even just the normal things that need to be shredded in garbage, but the memorabilia things. That's a big deal. That's very hard.
Well, I'll tell you, the paperwork was tough to get rid of, and it finally got to the point where I'm like, I'm done. And I made a joke of it, but I kept thinking about the method in my head.
That's so funny you say that. That's what I've been thinking about with Brownie. Again, I have not gone there because it is a little intimidating. It's overwhelming. But I was laying in bed thinking, I'll sort it out into her categories. She starts easy. Clothes, sweet. Anything that's up there is donate. That's where I throw donate stuff to.
Sure.
Clothing. Sweet. Okay, I already know where that's going. Like mentally planning it out. It's funny as it's pitiful, but true, So if I know you took that wasn't a baby step. That's a leap. 12 bags.
Are you
Holy
proud of me?
crap. I am proud of you.
I was going to call you in Germany and say,
You
dude.
should. Yeah.
Now, to answer your question about did I have a cocktail?
That's right.
At night, when we were eating dinner, I had 1/2 glass of wine, and that was my big drink for the weekend. I just chilled
you're
out.
so much better than I am.
Okay.
What flavor? What kind?
It was a sweet, and it was something called Marathon.
Oh.
And it was a very light, to me, I'm not to be weird here, but wine really doesn't do much. If I'm drinking a margarita and or whatever, and I'm just I'm being honest.
Right, please.
Every once in a while in moderation.
Everything in moderation except
course.
laughter, remember?
Right. Everybody loves to laugh.
That's right.
Younger Life Live, by the way, Mary Anthony, Rick Federici, thank you so much for joining us right here today with AM 1420. Of course, our flagship station, streaming live around the world. We do have, of course, stuff that you could, watch and tune into and all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. So that was one side of it, just so you know.
Okay.
The other side of our life, we were trying to push different things to each other last week here on the dial with Mary Anthony. So I'm going to throw this out there to you. You had said that you were going to do some family bonding and potentially get outside.
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw out what you guys are potentially doing. Mary Anthony, you, Jeremy, and the 5 kitties. Did we get together?
We did. We went ice skating.
Awesome.
And you know what? We had a great time. And I'll be totally honest. Our weekend was very busy with. Our oldest is in varsity basketball.
Sure.
And which, by the way, they won the PCC, which is Porter County Conference tournament this weekend.
Nice.
So that was literally all Saturday. You're talking morning. There was practice, and then boys played. It was all day, all evening. So we got home, and by the time the team got done celebrating, it was 11:30. So even my little ones went to bed super late. We got up Sunday and had church stuff, and then went to my nephew's game, as if we didn't have enough basketball. He's a 5th grader, so it's just a short-term thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to catch his game. We went and saw him, and he did fantastic. And we left. And, I'll tell you, the kids were so excited. We had told them I had brought everything with, extra hats and gloves and stuff. And I said, should we go ice skating or not? And they wanted to, but they were so tired. It was just such an exhausting weekend that I borderlined. I said, maybe we won't go. But the sun was shining. It was an absolute beautiful day. Even though it was cold, I think it was 34, 35. It felt beautiful. So I said, it's really our best chance. So my husband said, forget it, let's go. So we went to Valpo, and we had never been to the rink. It's newer, it's downtown. They're downtown. It's a pavilion, and I did hear that. So,
How was the consistency of the ice? Was it watery ice or was it good?
It was great. You know, when we got there, everyone was off the ice and we thought, oh, what happened? We were pulling up, and because it's a pavilion, we could see everyone outside of the rink. And Jeremy said, oh, look, they're bringing in the Zamboni. There it comes. Smooth the things out. They do that apparently every 2 hours to smooth it all out. And I'll tell you, we've only gone ice skating once, ever. One time, and it's been 3 years. So I didn't really ice skate because our youngest at the time he was a baby. He couldn't. And so he was in the stroller, and I more or less just hung out with him and watched the kids, So this time was our first time here, and the first time I've really done it in forever, So we got out there, and it was... Everyone, I'll say, everyone wiped out except myself and my oldest daughter, Lauren. We were the only ones that didn't.
Lauren's your oldest?
Lauren's my oldest.
Lauren!
Yeah, I know it.
Come on, mommy!
Everybody else, and at first I thought, I'm just being too gentle on, I'm being like a baby. So I thought, I'm going to take a whip around and not hold on to any kids, hands and arms and everything
It is hard to balance on skates for me.
You know what? It was, I love to, we talked about the roller skating last week, and I love to roller skate, and I've rollerbladed and stuff too. It was not that hard, and I kept thinking, are these cheater ice skates? I didn't.
Oh, you thought there was the double blades?
They
when you were little kids,
yeah,
they weren't.
It was so easy. I couldn't believe it, and I loved it. It was a little crowded, but we expected that. We skated for just over an hour. The thing is my 6-year-old fell so many times. He looked like he was about to cry once, and I said, "What's the matter? What hurts?" And he said, "My bottom." That was his exact words, which is funny because I just assumed he'd say butt. But he said, "My bottom." I said, "Your bottom? Your bottom of what?" I didn't know what he meant. He said, "My butt." And he had fallen so many times on his poor booty.
Ow.
But he was so sore. Even putting on shoes to bend down, he said, Oh, my butt hurts. I said, "Oh,
you better
honey."
be a good boy.
But
You're going to feel it again.
It was so funny. I joked that, oh, great, that's what people are going to think when he goes to school and complains about his butt. It was so funny. They all fell. Their gloves were soaking wet from falling. And it was so much fun, though. I mean, we really had a great time. And it was so nice to watch every age level. There, people were just smiling and laughing, and I thought, this is so much fun. I agree. When we talked about the winter blues last week, this is exact with Katie. Remember from
absolutely, the
hospital.
Katie
she was saying, she was saying, get out, get in that sunshine. It felt so good just to be out and breathing in that cold air. You didn't feel cold at all once you were really out there. And then when we came in into the building to take off the skates and everything, then you thought, ooh, yeah, this is really warm. You hadn't even realized you were cold, and really Lauren was sweaty, which is worse, terrible for you. But she took off. She had on two. We really bundled, and I maybe we shouldn't have because she was sweating. But
well, think about the weather, at least in the Midwest in our backyard. It has been nothing but, it was chill burger.
Yeah, absolutely,
so, and then,
super.
We said this even when we went to Mass on Saturday night. I hope some of you got that out there on your list. No matter what your religious beliefs are, it doesn't matter what denomination. Just get out there.
Right.
Good for the soul, no matter what you do. But we got out there, and Saturday night was so beautiful. I mean, we were walking out of church, and we're holding hands, and we're walking down the parking lot. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like spring.
Gorgeous.
And then we not only did that, but we actually did all types of 3-4 things where we stayed out late. We went grocery shopping, brought the groceries home, took the dog out for a walk because it was, late walk. Yeah. No one was around. Sidewalks were decent, not crazy, but we had our boots on at that point. Yeah. But I got to tell you, good exercise, because that was something else that you and I spoke about last week was the exercise and, getting out there and kind of mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah,
feels
doing
better,
different things. It does feel better, and it's, it's fun. It was beautiful. It's funny you say Saturday. I actually forgot in the afternoon, we had a period of a few hours that we had been at home. I made I call it a lupper. It was a late lunch, early supper.
Lupper. Man, I'm learning stuff from you young people.
We were going to the game later, and I knew. Sure. So I said, of course, we'll be eating a lot of junk. And I pack a bag, too, of some healthy stuff and whatever. But it's still a lot of junk at the game. Sure. So I said, we're going to have lupper. Well, in that period of few hours that we were at home and I was making dinner, the kids got on the four-wheeler because it was that. They bundled up, and they said, can we ride for a little bit? Well, I don't care. They can ride a little bit.
So are they going on hills by your house? What are they doing?
In this little, cool. We call it the pasture. It's just a little it's a yard. It's
cool.
Just, and they can ride around, and they know we're really funny about, it's fine to, I love to ride. I could ride a four-wheeler all day long. I love it. I just love to be outside, whether it's the golf cart or the four-wheeler. I don't care.
You're out there and you're getting out there.
I love
That's
it.
all that counts.
And I didn't want them out too long because it's still cold, even though it feels nice. But they had a good time, come in all the little red cheeks, and it's nice. It feels good, and then showers and.
Speaking of red cheeks, I had mentioned that there was a tree, and I don't know if this was because of the high winds or if it was because of the male dude, but we have a low hovering tree in front of our home. And I got home the other day, and I'm talking, Mary, I'm not talking like little baby branches. I'm talking mother load. Where it's like little trunks,
wow.
about, that big or so.
Wow.
And if you're watching me on camera, that big.
That's right.
But it was crazy because yesterday I got out there and it was a solid hour, had the dog out there with me.
That's nice.
And I had the garage open because we're stacking the garage as we continue to pile stuff to move. Again, organizing that, doing that little method there.
That's right, KonMari method.
But I thought to myself, let's get a little exercise, because we walked on Saturday night, so there was one thing that I felt that was great exercise because we walked for a while. The dog actually petered out before us, so I picked up the dog.
That's so funny. That's what my dog.
I picked the dog. I was like, the dude's so old. He's like 10 years old. He's a little yip dog. The legs are like, ugh. We call him Eileen. Just kidding. And then I was taking the branches. I had to cut up the big ones.
Really?
And then I bagged in the recycle bag, by the way, the other ones. But that's
because it was so low.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was all over the ground, and I didn't want to pop our tires.
Man, think if we had a crazy, like ice. You know how we had that one little ice storm.
Yeah,
I would have broken them off. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that was something. So
well, good for you.
There was a couple things.
It does feel good. And really, and if you can't be out for long, just that little bit, especially with that sun shining, even by the back door, the slider when the sun was coming in. Thought, oh man, that just feels
feels
good.
Great.
It just feels nice.
Now, do you have pets?
We have 2 dogs. They're both little weenie dogs. And our male, he always tuckers out. He loves to play, but he is overweight. And he's
when you say overweight, is it overweight to you or is it truly overweight?
Oh, he's overweight. The vet scolds me all the time. You know what I said? Hey, people come in different shapes and sizes. So do dogs. Now he's very active. He's just overweight.
Let me ask you a question. Do you feed your dog? This is going to be interesting. Rick, RIC at WIMSradio.com. Does the dog eat human food?
Finley does. Yeah.
Finley.
Okay, Finley Dash. He has a middle name too.
Okay. I got it.
He does. He is a pig and he eats everything. We try to, backscale, but he does little tricks and the kids, they love it. So they beg, can I give him a treat and let him, sit up and shake and do all kinds
My
of
dog
stuff.
ate yesterday. Let's see. What did the dog eat with us? Devin made breakfast for the family. Devin made lunch for the family. Devin made a nice chicken dinner.
And she's 17.
She's 17. And
That's
this was her goal. Her focus was to make all those for us, have a family day we spent together. We all worked on the house together. My mom came over.
That's
and,
nice.
Carly is a cosmetologist, by certification, and also is going back to school, college, still in college, to be a secondary teacher.
That's
like for
awesome.
little kids.
Really?
Anyway, so she cuts killer hair. So she had to color and cut Mom's hair.
Oh, how exciting.
So Mom being over, of course, turned into, which was totally cool. I love her to pieces. We had lunch, and then Devin's like, lunch is being served. So as her color's doing her thing,
awesome.
and Norm and I are doing stuff, we had stuff going. But it's funny you bring up, and I want people, we talked about the blues. Maybe one way, and I love this personally, and I'm glad you brought this up as a mom and as a family person trying to keep everybody happy all the time. We open all the blinds up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You have to. The sun comes in, the little doggy's sitting there just chillaxing.
Yeah, like stretches out.
Just totally like
sun
chill.
tanning.
But everybody gets in such a great mood, and I'm telling you, we recently. Because before we list the house, we're trying to, for lack of a better word, they call it staging.
Yeah.
We're decluttering.
Absolutely.
Truly decluttering. I mean that. So this is all the stuff we're talking about. But we opened up, our realtor dude said, I'm telling you, we have, when you walk into our home, it's just a modest home, but above our door, we have what I call the half moon window.
Yeah.
When my daughters, we've been in this home for 21 years. So when my daughters were little, we didn't want any, and I say this with the utmost respect to weirdos, but you're all weirdos.
Yeah.
Anybody that drove past the house, even when the lights were off, it's tinted, okay? So you can't really see in. But when the lights are on at night and you walk up the stairs, you could see
That's
in. It's
scary.
not that you could see everything, but it's higher.
Yeah.
So for years, since my girls were in diapers, now they're 17 and 21, going to be 18 and 22, we've had it closed. I am not kidding you. We had that winter blue segment. Real estate dude comes over to talk about what we need to do before we actually list the house.
Yeah.
He said, take off that thing. I'm like, I'm not taking it off. He's like, I'm telling you, it's going to not only brighten up the room, it is so unreal, Mary Anthony.
Really?
How beautiful.
The difference.
It makes the whole room light up, but
Aw.
you feel it.
Yeah.
You-
Especially with that gorgeous sunshine that we were
Well,
having this
the
week.
only problem is when we came home from church, I'm going to give you a little hint, everybody.
Hmm.
Remind your young daughters that are women and or sons. All of a sudden, we pull up to the driveway, horrified. My wife screams. Carly's got the bathroom door. She's doing her hair,
Yeah.
but in her robe.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no.
But
you
I
can
mean, you
see it.
can't see anything
Right,
per
thank
se.
God.
But
Still,
she's a woman.
Had
you
she
know?
not, had she ran through in her,
Right.
you know,
In her undies.
then you're going to see it. Oh,
Listen.
that's so funny. I bet she was mortified. when
I
we
mean, you
showed
know,
her.
as I'm coming down the stairs in my PJs, put it back on, Federici.
Oh man, I hear you. That would be me. That's so funny.
But you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I'm always worried about the children.
I know,
I'm always
absolutely.
worried
You know,
about
there
it.
are, and it's sad. You have to be paranoid, but
You're right.
I am too. I'm super paranoid about anything like that. You
Oh,
know,
I agree.
heaven forbid. You know, it's going to be the one time you leave a blind open when a kid changes that the freak's going to be outside. You know, at the window. You know what I
I'm
mean?
with ya.
That's very scary.
So, I mean,
How cool, though,
talking
that-
about the winter blues and tying in things that you can do, whether it's opening up the windows, whether it's getting outside, maybe doing a walk or a jog, or just getting out with the family, doing
Just doing
events.
anything. Right,
I think that was
absolutely.
awesome. You know, looking at the decluttering and stuff like that. Hey, at least we're trying.
That's it. That's what I
We're-
say. That was
you know.
I was so excited about the show in general. I feel like I am always looking to learn and do new things, try new things. I think that is one thing I was the most excited for. So I need to just, you know, one thing at a time change. And, you know, I know we had Chef Melody on
Sure,
last week
sure.
on Thursday. And I went online and ordered her cookbook. Hasn't yet come, but when it does, I can't wait to share with you trying something.
You know what? And I was telling my daughters about, and I don't want to be too obvious with my daughters, but I said, you know, when we're doing the macaroni and cheese thing, I want to
Yeah.
put those noodles together, because that, even Ryan Beth, our executive producer, in fact, Ryan, throw up a triple shot, get your butt in here. I want to talk to you about this. This is something that, you know, we were chatting about. The macaroni and cheese was absolutely stellar.
It was
that
so
we
good.
had, and I was like going, I have to look for these things. Hey, throw up a 3-shotter of the 3 cameras and get in here real quick. All right, so Ryan Beth's going to join us
Good.
for a quick sec, because out of everybody, I'm proud of him, because you and I, not only online, say hi, say hello. Okay, so tell me a little bit. Ryan, this past weekend, was out with, if you don't mind me saying, can we talk about your girlfriend's name?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so Brittany is his lovely
Brittany,
lady.
okay.
You guys have been together for many years.
Yeah, we'll be celebrating our 7th anniversary this spring.
Oh, wow. 7 years.
Come
Lucky
on, young
7.
one. So you guys have been working out, and we're just going to say this because, you know, it's the #1 facility here in the area, Planet Fitness. They're all over the country.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's all about healthy and stuff, and everybody's got their own gym and stuff. Talk a little bit about what you guys are doing, because I think this is absolutely phenomenal.
Well, what we're doing is we're going probably a little bit more frequent than most people would. We're going just about every day. I mean, given we'll have like some days where we're feeling a little
Right.
lazy, but we'll take a day off. But yeah, we've been going pretty much every day. We'll start off. We've really built up to going to about, I'd say, 30 to 40 minutes of cardio, and
Wow.
then we'll also get a little bit of like light lifting in, core. I've been doing a little bit more like
Every
you know,
day?
Every.
I mean,
single
every day doing that cardio and something else.
Yeah.
Are you not dead at the end? How do you get carried out? Because I would not make it. That is awesome.
No, I
Wow.
mean that's partially why I don't have a beard anymore, because yesterday I did arms and I ended up like trying to shave the top part of my beard, and it just kind of like slipped,
Your arm is.
and it just shaved the entire top part.
What first thing that came to mind? If looks could kill, they probably would. Games
At least
without
you did it to
frontiers.
yourself.
Yes.
One time I was attempted. Now I do not do hair, but I attempted to do Jeremy's hair. He said once, "Just trim it. It's no big deal." Oh God, it was a disaster.
Poor Jeremy.
Our our oldest was only a baby, and she was talking and like jabbering at me, and I went to talk to her and just straight up the head, and I I laugh forever. We laugh for years. He still says, "Just you could do it." No, never again. I would never.
I'm going to
We
throw this out
laughed
there to young Jeremy,
forever.
who's probably listening right now, this posse of people. Jeremy, you do have now, as a part of the executive producer's position and being husband of a host, we have access to a cosmetologist.
That's right.
Knowing
yes.
Carly Federici, right? So
I
we
love
can
it.
tap into her coloring,
That's
whatever you
funny.
want. I know none of
Yes.
the ladies ever color their hair.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. Someone said to me yesterday, "You're ever going to color the gray out of your hair?" I'm like,
No.
chill out. I like it the way it is,
Oh,
man.
it's handsome. I like that. I like
Thank
gray
you.
on a man, not on a woman.
Okay.
But when you have 5 kids, you have no choice. So
There are a
Gray
lot of
comes
ladies,
anyway.
and to each his own.
Yeah.
There are a lot of ladies out there that do dig the gray look, which
absolutely.
is cool. Which is, if you want to do
I
that.
love that. The more gray Jeremy we get to, he'd always say, "Look at it coming in his beard." I love that. I think it's awesome. I love that on a man. Not so hot on myself.
Okay, so working out wise,
Yes, please.
you took the challenge. Now you guys have been working out, so you guys have been eating real good as well. I mean, you and Brittany,
We've been really like cutting down our calories, and we've also been eating higher protein meals, split out through the day. We're eating usually about every 2.5 to 3 hours.
Wow.
It's not like full meals. Like for my breakfast, I just had some Greek yogurts. After this wraps up, I'm probably gonna have some. I've got some raw almonds. Then I've got just like some pork for lunch and.
Little things.
You-
I have read that once.
You
That's
had
much more
mentioned too that
effective.
when you guys do the games,
Yeah.
that is tough because
It is.
you're around. Usually, what they're serving at the stands is all garbage.
It
Let's be
is.
honest. But you could. I was thinking about this, but you have to also watch children. A lot of children can't have peanuts or almonds.
Yeah.
But you look at stuff like that. One of the things in our follow up, and we were both here. I was mesmerized by Chef having her
too.
back and just bonding with her. I definitely want to bring in a lot of the bars and the things that we have. And my kids were saying the same thing. They were watching,
Yeah.
this weekend. They're like, "Dad," and I'm like, I wanted to bring what your bars were. We found out one time a protein bar that I was having that we all thought were good. They're like, dude, that's like full of
Terrible
carbs.
for you.
It's going to your gut.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
And that's what sucks. I mean,
Right.
really, that's why it was overwhelming. I was literally nearly overwhelmed while she was here, just because she was awesome and she made awesome stuff. But it is such a, it's intimidating
Yep.
when there is, you find what you think you're doing good, or at least attempting to do better, and find, you're still picking crap. That sucks, but whatever. You just live and learn a little bit more
I
at a
agree.
time. And, we do love almonds as a snack, so I'm glad to hear that. That's a good.
Can I ask, because I know how this is for myself, and then maybe we'll bond with Mary on this with you and Jeremy and some of the stuff you're jumping into together and have done in the past. But can I ask you, Ryan, like obviously you and Brittany for now don't have children, but doing it together, can you talk about that? Does it make a difference doing it with your significant other when you're working out and eating, trying to eat better? I'm just curious from your perspective. You guys are young.
Well, it really does make a huge difference, just because both of us we're both eating healthier, so making that one meal that's healthy makes everything just so much easier because we're both doing it. And we're not
Right.
making 2 different meals, and obviously the other one's not getting jealous because you're eating a salad and they're eating pizza.
Right.
So which that was hard for me to give up. It was very difficult. But even working out too, it makes it easier too because we're both going together, and we're holding each other accountable for like what we're doing, how hard we're going at the gym, what we're eating, and pretty much everything.
I'm wondering if he's the dude that like, get in there, do your push-ups. Are you a cool dude?
I'm pretty cool.
Are you a grunter?
No.
Okay.
That's one thing actually at Planet Fitness that
Like-
you cannot do.
Right.
You can't do that. But usually
That's good.
I have in my earbuds and I just
Chill?
I'm in my own zone.
Yeah.
Just get out of my way and
Like you take care of your business.
yeah.
Okay, so do you find you and Jeremy doing stuff together? Is it hard? Is it easy? A little different twist because there's 5 little
Yeah.
ones to go along with
it's
that.
definitely
as well. easier.
easier when you can both be on board. And I think that he and I are both we're both willing to try anything. So, when you say give up pizza, that makes me sad in a way. I didn't think to ask Chef Melody this, but I'm sure that there are ways to have pizza that are still
Sure.
now clearly not on a week or a couple times a week basis, but every now and then to do a thin crust and maybe more veggie where there's less cheese. It still makes me sad to hear you give that up. I don't think that realistically he and I would give up anything that we really love. We wouldn't give it up.
Is
Maybe
the
just-
oven baked side of pizza the way to go? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know it, but the thinner oven baked, is that the way to go? I don't know.
Well, I mean, because if you have like a thinner crust, you have there's obviously less fewer carbs. But I mean, some people will say that you could go gluten free, but gluten free doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthier.
Right.
I mean, it's healthier if you have celiac disease and you need to cut out gluten. But I don't know. Usually, we're trying to figure out ways to make it healthier. I've seen ways to like make like a cauliflower based crust.
Really?
Wow, I would try that. I like cauliflower.
I don't.
Okay, well that's okay. But that's okay. You're on camera, don't forget.
I know.
No, but there's nothing wrong with that because like there are a lot of things that you could potentially use.
Yeah.
Like over the weekend,
to make it better.
Devin made that dish that I was talking about. That was chicken, real good. What I thought was better noodles for us than we normally have, guys.
Right.
And then we had chicken, which some people like, some people don't like.
How does she make her chicken? Like chicken breasts? Are you
took
talking?
Chicken breasts, and then she sautéed it in a separate pan. I know that she threw in there everything from just a dash of sea salt, a dash of black pepper. I know that she had some other stuff in there, but it was pretty much.
Pretty
it
naked.
wasn't. Yeah, it was pretty decent. I mean, she didn't go nutso on it.
I
know that the chef says you got to watch the oils. I get it, but I also still need to be educated. I'm willing to try it.
Absolutely.
But Devin wanted to try this dish, and I figured we're going halfway because she did a lot of cool things that I thought were great. She used a better cheese, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's good. At 17, it's awesome that she's doing that because my mom is a great cook and always tried to entice my sister and I to cook with her. I really had no interest. But in many ways now I regret that. I cook fine. I just think I think you could broaden your horizons. I
Ask
cook
Jeremy.
fine. Yeah.
Jeremy, call in. Does she cook okay? 219-861-1632. Call in.
I think if you started earlier, you would be able to broaden your horizons sooner, I think. You know what I mean? So I think I'm always looking for new ways to prepare things.
She's like this. She's like, hey, man, Federici and Beth, I make a mean piece of toast. Right?
That's funny. That's about all my kids make when you say, so that's why I think that's great. My 15-year-old, if you say, what do you want to make? She'll say, oh, I will make toast. I'll make the toast. I'll be in charge of the toast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So otherwise they don't. So I think that's great that she did that. Bravo her.
So you are doing smaller portions more times a day, which I've heard for years.
I have too. I've heard that
when it comes to work out. You look great. Can I ask? You don't have to say what your original weight was, but you have definitely lost weight. I could see it in you.
Well, I mean, I'm not afraid to say that when I started on January 1st of this year, I was 260 pounds.
Okay, 260.
Right now, I weigh myself.
He's a tall guy though too. He's a big guy.
What are you about?
I'm 6'5".
Okay, so
I mean, it's spread out over quite a bit, but
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's true.
he's like this. Quite a bit.
Well, it's surprisingly hard to find sleeves that are long enough for
Right.
my arms. But,
got it.
But right now, I actually weighed myself last night, and I'm down 16 pounds. I'm down to 244.
You're
Neck
talking
crazy?
3 weeks, really?
Yeah.
Wow,
But
that's
he's been
great.
really focused. I mean, I'm proud of him.
Bravo.
So can I ask, every once in a while you do like a beer?
Oh yeah, I mean, we both of us do end up doing a cheat. We have one day where we try to do at least a little bit of a cheat. Now, given on Saturday we did a little bit too much of a cheat day, but
That's okay in moderation.
You have to have that, or
Right,
you're
you
not
do.
going to ever stick to it. It's very true. I mean, you have to have ways that you can still have what you really want. Just that way, in the middle of the week, if you're dying for sweets or something, you say, "Ooh, a couple more days and just have a little bit of it." I think you have to.
Yeah.
Or do what a lot of us have done. And even this past weekend when we went for that extra walk,
Yeah.
and actually I held the dog, and it was easily miles. It wasn't just
Yeah,
like a
that's
mile.
crazy.
It was like we kept walking, and then it was good for the conversation for
Yeah.
couples, no matter who your significant other is, or the kids, or everybody together.
Absolutely.
Good for the mojo. Good for the exercise.
Mm-hmm.
I felt fantastic. Got out.
Yeah.
Did some branches. Cleaned up a little bit outside.
That
Cleaned up the
feels
garage.
nice.
Cleaned up. I was working.
That
Yeah,
feels great.
hard.
I know it. Bravo. That's just as good as the
Come
gym.
on,
When you
whoa.
said most of us have gyms, no, home. That's it.
Well, I
but
mean-
we're trying to do something. I love to go to the parks
Yep.
and walk. Obviously
Agreed.
not in the winter, although you could. I just haven't. I love to try to sneak that in every now and then, just a quick run. But that is awesome. How about Brittany though? Is
Yes. What is
she? I know
how's
it's
she
easier
feeling? Mm-hmm.
for guys to lose weight. It's true. It's frustrating.
Guys are jerks.
It's frustrating for us women. It
Yeah.
is. I mean, it's much easier for it to fall off. the
Yeah,
fellas.
I mean, she's been actually pretty jealous over what I've done, but she's doing really well. She's
Yeah.
lost, I think, 8 pounds so
But
far.
That's
Still,
really
I'll
good.
take 8 right
Honestly,
now.
absolutely.
Give
That's
me
really
8.
good.
I'll lose 8 all day.
And I think the key is just
great.
consistency. No
Yeah.
matter what
Yeah.
you're doing, it will might take a little bit longer for her, but it will come off too. You know what I mean? So that's still really good. 8 pounds in 3 weeks is still really good.
It is.
That's really what they say about, you should shoot for no more than a couple, a pound to 2 a week if you wanted to stay off. So she's even past that. So
Yeah.
Brittany,
bravo,
Ryan.
Brittany. I haven't got to meet her yet. That would be nice.
So how does that work now when you guys are planning out your dinners? Because let's be honest, she's working, you're working, you both work crazy hours, but you get together and bond, so you're working out. So do you eat pre the workout or post the workout, or it just depends?
We usually go post workout, just because we'll go to she usually gets off the train at about 6:30 somewhere in that window, and we'll immediately go straight to the gym, and then we'll eat afterwards, because otherwise we'll be sick to our stomachs. And
Yeah, absolutely.
'cause doing at least a half hour's worth of cardio,
Sure.
it really just
It would
doesn't-
kill
nothing
you.
sits well.
Yeah, that's it. It would kill you.
So when you're doing cardio, is it something now? How did you teach yourself this? Because this is what a lot of people will say to me. Hey, I heard the show, but how do you know what to do? Did someone teach you, or did you kind of absorb, educate yourself at the gym? What did you do? Because
well,
I'm
for me-
just curious.
Right, absolutely.
Right,
Good
For me,
question.
all throughout high school, I was always involved with sports, so
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I really learned.
Yeah.
So I was always, we had a specific sheet of
Sure.
what we had to do, and I've kind of not really been following any sort of
Yeah.
sheet now, but I know
You
what
just
to
pull
do.
from that
And
mentally.
a lot of times they have machines. So if you just do one set of one body part, if you do core one day, do legs the next, do chest and back the next day, and then do arms. If you just keep doing a circuit of that, and then either go on the treadmill, the elliptical, the bike, throwing machine. I mean, do something like that.
What's your favorite machine?
My favorite machine is probably leg press.
Really?
Leg press.
Because back in high school, I was able to just dominate that. I hate, because when I played football, I always dislocated my shoulders. I can dislocate them extremely easily now. It's terrible. I probably need surgery on it, but
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy that I went up against in high school for football ended up playing for the Seattle Seahawks.
Wow,
Holy
sweet.
Let's just say that
cow.
in high school, I was a skinny little freshman. I was about the same height I am now and about 190 pounds. Going up against this guy who was 6'7" and 300 pounds, almost all muscle. This was in high
Sounds
school.
so scary.
I held my own against him,
Yeah,
but I
sweet.
mean, my body definitely paid the price.
I would have been the rag doll.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. He comes running at you, just flop on the ground. I'm done. Don't get me.
He would do one of those things that my brother Mark and Scott used to. They used to hold my head, and I'd go to punch
yes.
like this. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Oh, I do. The kids
Crazy.
do that.
Well, I mean, I learned real quick to be able to hold my own, because the first practice that I went up against him, he picked me up by the shoulder pads and threw me 10
Wow.
yards.
Nice fella.
Could you imagine?
No, I can't
Crazy.
imagine. No.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, of
but,
course, right.
But yeah, after that, I really can't do bench press at all,
Yeah.
just because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the last time I tried to, I had a spotter, and one side gave out, and then the other side immediately went down. I mean, it was
Terrible.
Did you have? I hope you had plates and then stuff to buy the plates, because a lot of guys and gals when they work out, they leave the barbells loose at the end. So it's I could see me doing that.
well, that's
You know what I'm saying?
It was loose
Yeah.
because we didn't have any more of those.
Mm-hmm.
So
Little clip-ons. or
Yeah, I
whatever they
know what you
call
mean,
them.
to hold
Let
I'm
them.
not, ladies. I'm not talking about clip-ons.
But yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always good to have a spotter for situations
Yeah.
like that, but it still is very painful.
Yeah.
Younger Life Live, Mary Anthony, Rick Federici, executive producer Ryan Beth in studio. Everybody's getting involved with living younger
Trying,
longer.
right.
I'm proud of our team here.
I think so too.
I
Just
really
finding,
am.
And it's not, this is what I've said before. I don't want to sound like I'm unhealthy, but it's not always about, it is about trying to find little better ways, but it's also about finding a good balance. And that doesn't always have to mean, depriving yourself of something or, doing something that's quote healthy. Finding a better way, finding a better balance, whether that is church of any sort or the meditation, like the caller that called in last week, that was pretty fascinating. It was very different than, we hear meditation. It was interesting to hear him talk about it. And so I think that for him obviously is a good way to find a balance. And So I think any little way we can find for balance, even if it is that glass of wine at night, is not so bad.
And there's always some things that, I mean, you can't cut everything out.
Oh, certainly
like, I
not.
could never go complete. I mean, I'm from Wisconsin. I could never give up cheese. I never could. I couldn't give up beer.
Right.
But as long as you have things in moderation,
That's it.
you're going to be fine. I mean, you just have to, say, don't eat an entire bag of Cheetos in one sitting.
Right.
But just have things in moderation. And one thing I've actually found that actually works, and I never thought it would, using smaller plates.
Really.
It works.
That plate portion we chatted about.
Yes, I didn't see one either when
Oh,
Katie
we'll have to
Sarver
get
was
those
here.
for you.
Yes, we'll have to.
We should actually bring it to show folks, not only on
I think
camera.
so too, on the camera. Yeah, and just say that way that if you are looking for them, I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Really good point.
So smaller plates, but does that create the I'm stacking motion?
yeah.
I'm just being
how many
honest.
scoops?
Or do you kind of keep it level?
We usually keep it pretty
Chilled.
level. I mean,
Yeah.
it's if we pile anything, we usually get just like these bags of steamable veggies.
Yeah.
Those are great.
They are. It's nice and easy. I love
Pop it in
that.
the microwave and
Absolutely.
just forget about it.
Okay, so we had steamable vegetables a couple times over the weekend, and because they were on sale, they were a phenomenal price, and it had a lot of great stuff in there, broccoli and other things, cauliflower. I know some of us don't like that stuff, but I love it. But do you put butter on there? And I can't believe it's not butter. What do you guys use for that? Do you guys put anything like that, or do you kind of leave it alone?
It depends.
Because it
When-
seems nice.
When we're making like green beans, for example, my kids love green beans, so like to steam a big bag of green beans, they just eat them.
Okay, so they eat them without
anything on them.
Yeah.
Now, if it is broccoli, most of the kids don't really like that. A lot of times we'll put a little bit of cheese on it,
Sure.
which I know again you're talking.
It
that
depends.
makes it a little more unhealthy, but at least it's still something. They're still getting greens. They're still getting it. We love salads,
We
but
do too.
but we. And most of the kids don't like dressing, myself either, but we do eat. There is cheese and occasionally bacon and croutons on our salads, but not a ton. I mean, I don't care as long as they're still eating vegetables. They still like them. I think it's still good. It's better than no vegetable, or better than it just drenched in butter. I do like a little bit of butter or a little bit of margarine, whatever.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
On our veggies, especially for having corn. I love good corn on the cob. Nothing
Around the
beats
room
that.
we go. We're going to start with Mary Anthony, and then we're going to go to Ryan Beth. I'm Rick Federici. Woo! Favorite veggie that you like?
Raw or cooked?
That's great. We'll start with cooked.
Okay, cooked. If I'm having cooked, I love green beans cooked. That's probably my favorite. I literally like the whole beans, like the string beans. If I steam a bag, I could snack on them. Like I could just snack on them all day. I love them. They're very good. Raw veggies, I love baby carrots.
Okay.
And I love really any raw veggie I like.
Over to Ryan Beth we go here at Younger Life Live.
Cooked, I love broccoli.
Do you?
I absolutely love it. But if we're gonna go raw, I'd have to say probably cucumber.
Ooh, I love it.
Ooh,
Get
that's
some
really-
cucumber
that's a good
dipped
one.
in some nice hummus.
Plain cucumber is so good.
I was
I'd
gonna
take
say,
that
I
to
like all
games
that.
when we were talking about games.
Okay, there you
Kids
go.
love it. I slice it and put it in a baggie. They devour.
Mom, don't we have anything better?
Yeah, they love that.
Okay, so I'm going to go with, and I can't believe I'm saying this at my age. Right. Exactly.
Ooh.
Mary
What?
Gelati, our marketing guru, Younger Life Live, said asparagus.
For raw or cooked?
Raw or cooked, Mary?
Blender.
She's going to put it in the blender. Come on in. Join us on camera. I'm going to go for, just so you know, I can't believe I'm saying this. As a younger kid, I would have said no. Broccoli, I love.
Really?
Baby carrots. Mary, sit down right there.
Baby carrots raw.
Yeah.
And
Baby
then
carrots
broccoli
raw.
cooked.
Hi, Mary Gelati.
Hi.
Good morning.
Okay.
Well, asparagus, and you put it in the blender and turn it into liquid and then chug it.
Really? And it tastes good, or it's just good
Well,
for you?
the-
So it's
Doesn't
like
taste that good, no.
Really?
If you put a little butter in it,
Yeah.
it ruins
There
it.
you go. Yeah.
Velveeta, but I don't do
Ryan's like this.
Do you-
Chug, chug,
do you-
chug.
When you talk about the blender, do you make the smoothies then?
that. Yes.
Like where you put, a bunch of stuff and maybe sneak in the veggies like that?
Yes. Yes, I
Good.
do.
That's
But
awesome.
yesterday, I'm really trying to get healthy too, and so yesterday I baked Brussels sprouts in the oven.
How were they?
Well, my house smelled so horrible.
Really?
Well, but okay, so
But-
how do you get rid of
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
You burn stuff like, Scentsy
Candles
stuff.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and open your windows.
Yeah. get some of that fresh air in the house.
Yeah, but the
that
house
bad.
smelled horrible. I left for a while and I came back in and I'm like, I don't think Brussels sprouts are the way to go anymore.
You come
don't
over
need
to Mary's house like, ooh.
Yeah, it really.
And she's saying, "Hey, I'm trying to get healthy. This is not bad."
This is what I had to
Did
do.
they taste
but,
good?
They were pretty good. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, do you put any kind of seasonings on that, Mary?
I
Like,
put
do you?
sea salt on there
Yeah.
and some olive oil.
Okay.
I
Now,
really
Ate
need
the
to-
whole bag.
I need to really learn how to cook different vegetables. You know,
Right.
we don't broaden our horizons too much as far as
I'm
new
trying
veggies.
to learn to
so that
love
would be
them.
but see,
Yeah.
Mary brought this up to me the other day when she heard the chef on. She went home that night, and her and her husband tried some of this stuff. This is why those cookbooks are.
I know. I cannot wait
You
for it to
ordered
come
one.
in.
I want to
Yeah.
get one.
I
wanna,
want one too.
I want to keep
I'll
trying
bring
this
it in
stuff.
as soon as it comes
I'll
in.
try
Take a
this
look
stuff.
at it. Yeah, I will try anything like that.
Listen,
yeah.
when I sat next to
You
Ron,
do look skinny.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
Is it because you shaved? I'm going to go home and shave. That's a good weight loss.
Mary, you could be a part of the freak circus with the hair. You could be the lady with all that hair.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding, ladies that like hair on their face.
Okay.
Get off my back. But anyways, doesn't he look great?
He does.
Doesn't he? Look at Mary's like,
Anyway,
great. Are you
I was
nice?
just
Yeah.
it looks great to me. Anyway, I had to get in on the conversation.
Look at him. He's turning red like my
Yeah.
hair.
Blushing.
Well, see, it's,
Yeah.
see, I don't have the hair to cover that up anymore. So
Yeah.
Right.
you can
That
actually-
blushing mechanism.
But you know what? Even like carrots,
Yeah.
but they are naturally sweet.
Right.
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 You can take those and like cook them a little bit and then throw them in the blender.
Oh, it's a good idea. We
And
just
then
love
of course
those.
that new recipe that Rick and I got the other day for the cucumber basil drink.
Yes.
I would love to hear about that. I
This
love.
was
I do love
incredible, and it's
cucumbers.
something I'm gonna let's before we talk about that on the air. I want to get the recipe. We'll try it on the air. It's unbelievable
Okay,
mixture
yeah, let's
of
do that.
cucumber basil. And the other thing, my daughter Carly turned us on to one of our desserts this weekend. She turned us on to, and the yogurt was phenomenal, but it was like a plain, so there was nothing
Okay.
put into it, so it was like pretty much 000.
Yeah.
No one knew this, but she threw in mass amounts of spinach leaves in the blender. I didn't even know it.
Didn't it turn green though?
No, because what she did was she added blueberries, melon, cantaloupe, she had chunks of fresh fruit, put it in the blender, put the yogurt in it, put that in there, and nobody knew. And then we all were done, and I'm like, that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
She told us that we was there.
I
My
sneak
daughter,
spinach, too.
Devin went, what? Because she's trying to eat
Doesn't
healthy,
think
but
she likes it,
she
yeah.
thinks, like a lot of young people in general, spinach, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But quite honestly, it was so good. I didn't taste it. And I thought, wow. So again, another step to
Yeah, absolutely.
eating healthier.
That's
And it was
good.
like a smoothie drink. So
Yeah.
you take the yogurt, like the plain, dump it into your blender, ice,
fruit.
all types of fruit. So whether it's blueberries, melon, and you can mix them together.
Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of? You guys are going to laugh. The color was like a blue purple, but it reminded me of, I don't know if any of you are like my age, but St. Joseph aspirin, that orange. I love that taste, like an orange.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Like a vitamin C
Yeah.
It
thing?
reminded me like a vitamin C thing.
Wow,
right?
yeah.
And I know you guys like with spinach. I'm like, yes.
A lot of people
Yeah.
do that with kale too, and
Kale,
I tried
yes.
kale.
Oh, I
Kale's
haven't tried
good.
kale. I don't even know if I've, other than if I buy a premixed salad that has kale in it. But
It's fine.
Can I
Yeah.
tell you, you throw kale and try a drink. We'll do some of those drinks maybe on a
I think
show
that's
coming
an
up.
awesome
I'll do it
idea.
live on the air. You
Yeah.
guys ready for that?
yeah.
Wow.
Are your kids picky eaters?
To a point, they are. They don't like to try new things if I tell them it's new things. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's just the truth. It depends. I sneak spinach and stuff too sometimes.
Oh yeah,
Right.
And they don't
It's
know
easy.
it because I love raw spinach is lettuce, people. That's what
Well-
it tastes like. You don't taste anything different. That's what it tastes like. So I mix it on taco stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just chop it fine. They just think it's lettuce. They don't know any different.
My kids thought spinach was lettuce all the time.
That's
growing
it.
up. I make for my grandkids and my kids. I made them when they were younger. Cottage cheese men.
Cottage cheese
really?
men.
Cottage cheese people. You take a little flop and you put the cottage cheese on the plate.
Yeah.
And then use all these healthy things like you can use kale for a beard.
Oh, how funny.
Blueberries for eyes.
That
There's
is
Grandma.
funny.
And, no, and they love it
Yeah.
and they eat it. And yeah, Yeah, it's great.
That is a good idea.
30 seconds. You guys are all. Be a big round of applause for our in studio.
Thank you.
Ryan, Beth, executive producer. You keep it up. Big round of
Yeah,
applause for
absolutely.
Ryan. He looks great
Seriously.
with Brittany.
Thank you, guys.
Mary, I think we look hot too. So
Yeah,
the
we
heck
do.
with everybody.
We'll get there too.
Hey, but we're all. But
I
listen,
think we're all trying.
We're all trying. And I think, honestly, I think this is great that we're all together. I appreciate our tech crew at Younger Life Live. Don't forget, youngerlife.org/live. You could check out,
That's
it.
it.
These shows. You could also hear them. We're also playing them during Rewind. We'll see you tomorrow, right? I'm
Sounds
Rick
good.
Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony.
And you are?
I'm Ryan Beth.
All right. God bless our veterans. We'll see you again tomorrow on Younger Life Live. Take care.
AM 1420, WIMS, Michigan City, a Girard Media Company station.